Welcome to the Fusion 30 test. So this can be done maybe once a month. We've got 9 different exercises. Exercise number 1 is going to be cardiovascular based, okay? You've got 5 minutes to complete as many shuttle runs as you can, okay? So you're going to be counting how many lengths that you can get in. So you're going to need some spacers, or I got some cones here. I bought these cones off eBay fairly cheap. So just set up some cones, maybe 10, 20, 30 meters apart, just allowing people enough room to get a good length in, okay? So people can either run, they can jog it, sprint it, they can go flat out and get some sprints in, or just do some power walks. It's depending on fitness levels. If you're working in a small studio and you don't have even 10, 15 meters in space, then you could just do some cardiovascular based exercises, okay? So some jumping jacks. So you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, and you just do some side steppers, 2, 3, 4, some skip ropes, 2, 3, 4, 5. Throughout this 5 minutes you'll have a 4-minute countdown, 3-minute countdown, 2-minute countdown. So for every minute that passes by, you can change the exercise just to keep it more varied, okay? So that's the first one, shuttles. Exercise number 2, test number 2, is burpees. Burpees, easier option. All we need to do is keep that nice flat back. You're going to squat down, hands come to the floor. You step it back to full plank, so getting the feet all the way back. Come back to squat, have that chest up. Pushing through the heels, stand tall and you can raise the arms, okay? Again, it's a squat down, step it back to plank, back to squat, stand tall and raise the arms. Harder option is going to be plyometric. It's a squat down, hands to the floor. Jump it back to full plank, back to squat and a jump. Again, you jump it back, to squat, and you can even take the arms up to increase that intensity a little bit more. So to make it a fair test, people must stick to one of those progressions. If you mix the progressions, it's not going to be a fair test. So make sure people either stick to the easier option or the harder option, and make sure that form and technique stays, okay? I noticed some people, when they do burpees, they kind of do this. When they squat down, they kind of come up onto their toes and they sort of lean forward into that squat. Try to correct people's feet stance if people start to do that. So maybe take their feet out a bit wider and take their toes out wider so people can get that nice deep squat where their body weight is back onto their heels, okay? So, exercise number 2, or test 2, is press-ups. Press-ups, you can do your kneeling options for anyone who's new, so you can do your 3/4 press or go into full plank push-up. So, whenever you're doing push-ups, you want to make sure that your hands are wider than shoulder width. Common error people make is they have their hands in too close, and they're wondering why they can't increase their strength because their chest doesn't work as much and it works more the back of the arms. So take those arms out fairly wide, make sure the hands are in line with the chest and not in line with the face. So hands out nice and wide, body weight forward. If you're using any knees there, you can put some padding. Chest down, push up for 1 repetition, down, up for 2 reps. Knees off the floor, body weight forward. Okay, so make sure your hands are just wider than shoulders. You can slightly bend the elbows and push for 1, slightly bend, push for 2. To make it harder, you go lower. Ideally, if you can go all the way down and all the way up, that's great. So do trainers try to push those clients to progress on those push-ups. So if they're on those knees, you know, it's good for starting, but ideally you want to be trying to push them onto that full plank press-up. So just get him into that full plank and just doing slight bend of the elbows is going to be a lot more efficient of getting their strength up for push-ups, okay? So going on to the next test, we've got left leg lunge or pistol squat. So this is going to be measuring the strength of your leg. You're going to get as many reps in as you can before the time's up. So knee doesn't go over the toe, nice flat back. You're going to lunge all the way down and push through the heel, okay? Real simple exercise. And just make sure the knee doesn't go over the toe. There's no rounding of the spine. We've got a nice flat back, and just get as many as you can in. Okay, Another option, harder option, is going to be a single leg pistol squat. Single leg pistol squat, try to keep both feet quite close together. It's a bit of a balance component this, so some people to start doing a pistol squat, they may need to use something for balance. This is how I learned how to do the pistol squat. I held onto a wall or something next to me and I started just using a bit of stability there, holding onto something. So pushing the bum back and down as if you're doing a squat and try to look straight ahead. Try to keep the knees quite close together and just try to rep out as many as you can. When you're ready to progress, you're going to use less of the stability motion. It's going to make it a bit harder, and then you can focus on sort of freestyling. So freestyling, arms can come out straight, just squat down slightly, stand tall. You can squat down and then stand tall for 2 reps, okay? And then in time, to make it harder to progress to that next level, you're going to go even lower, okay? So on that one leg, focus, find that balance, all the way down, and push up for 1, okay? All the way down, and push up. So those are your options for progressing that leg strength, okay? Then we've got right leg, and then we're on to shoulder pressing. So shoulder pressing, measuring all those shoulder strength. Lots of ways to progress the shoulders. Start off first in your basic downward dog. So fingers are going to be spread. You're going to go onto your toes, lift the bum up nice and high. So easiest option would be just to hold it there. For some people, just holding that position really overworks their shoulders, meaning that they've got strength to develop there just by holding it till the end of the time. Okay, so maybe do a timing one instead of a repetition. But as clients progress, you can then go into bending those elbows slightly to start developing a bit more intensity. So onto the toes, bend the elbows slightly. Make sure the crown of the head goes to the ground, so you're not looking up. So avoid this looking straight ahead like you're doing a push-up. Try to look towards your toes, okay? Elbows want to be going outwards. So as you bend, elbows go flared out. They don't come in, go out, and that'll work more of the shoulders there. Hardest option, fingers spread onto those tiptoes, all the way down, push up. All the way down, and push up. And then you can even progress to handstanding, okay? So you can kick your feet up onto a fence here, I'll show you now. Fingers spread, it's a strong kick up. Always over kick than under kick when going to your starting position. Otherwise you're going to use too much energy trying to keep kicking those feet up. So make it strong, up strong, bend the elbows, crown of the head to the ground, push strong. Squeeze that belly in, breathe out as you go up. And then slowly bring that foot down. But make sure, trainers, you've got permission, if you're renting a building out, that you can get clients to use a wall. But ideally, using the options before is just as intense if you get the bum up high enough. So there's your shoulder presses. Now we're going on to a squat hold or pistol squat hold. Simple exercise. With this, you're going to be listening out for the timings. So it's for 2 minutes. You'll hear when 10 seconds has gone by, 20 seconds have gone by, 30 seconds have gone by. People then, if they come out of the squat hold, which is this, just a squat, push the bum back, chest up and hold it there. You can even raise the arms up to make it harder. So say if you fail at maybe 30 seconds, 40 seconds, just write down how far that you got into the time. If people made it to the end of the 2 minutes of holding that squat, make sure that the bum isn't too low. Make sure, I like to have the bum in line with the knees there. Bring the arms up to make it slightly harder and chest up. So you'll feel the back work as well. If they can make it till the end of the 2 minutes, maybe they want to try a pistol squat hold. So you've only got a 1 minute maximal time frame, but it's a lot more intense than doing a squat hold because you're putting all your body weight onto one leg. So right leg first or left leg, it doesn't really matter. Listen out for those timings. You'll come into that pistol squat hold. Keep the knees fairly close together. I'll show you sideways on. So down and hold it there. Try to keep that chest up. Push through the heel. You'll feel activation in the bum and the hamstrings. Total leg workout. It will work the thighs as well. Listen for those timings and write down your scores, okay? Make it harder, you go lower. Unfortunately, I can't demonstrate that one because I'm not even that developed yet in the strength. Let's go on to the next exercise. The next exercise is sit-ups. Basic military style exercise, measuring the abdominal strength and core strength. Sit-up, a really important exercise. Everybody needs a bit of functional movement to sit themselves up, whether it's getting out of bed or getting off the sofa. So sit up, keep your heels on the floor. You're going to breathe out as you bring the chest up, okay? So inhale, breathe out. Inhale and slowly come down, okay? As you come down, it's crucial to slowly roll the back down, the spine, and back up strong. Down, 2 reps, 3 reps, 4 reps, really breathing it out. And the reason why you want to go down nice and slowly, I know we may be not getting as much in because of that, but it's important to try and look after your spine. If you're slamming your back on the floor, it's not good. Focus on power up and then roll the spine down. Power up, breathe out, nice and strong. You should get a different range of reps from your clients measuring the sit-up strength. Some people can't even do 2 or 3 or even 1 sit-up. Okay, others will be able to do 30 or 40 before the time's up. And then you're on to your final exercise. This is a 3-minute plank or banana hold, measuring your core strength. Important to get that core strong for spinal stability. Also, it's going to make other Fusion 30 workouts are more efficient if you've got a stronger core. So it's exactly the same technique than the squat hold. You're going to listen out for those timings that go by. Maybe 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds has gone by. Try to get your clients to hold that plank for 3 minutes, okay? That's the easiest option. Full plank, fingers are spread, body weight forward, squeeze that belly in as tight as you can. Feet all the way back, hands in line with shoulders, okay? Drop the shoulders slightly and hold it there. It's no good holding a plank if you're not driving that belly in tight. I reinforce that a lot because if you want to work the core more than any other muscle, holding the plank, you've got to squeeze it in. Half plank is another option. Elbows to the ground, squeeze that belly in as tight as you can, drop the shoulders slightly so we're not up here. Make sure those shoulders are nice and dropped. Make sure the hips aren't sagging down. Keep them in line with the chest. Squeeze that belly in as tight as you can. It's called a plank for a reason. Everybody should look like planks. They're nice and flat, okay? Trainers correct people if need be, time to drop the shoulders. Make sure the hips aren't too hiked up. Now, a progression to that, if you've got clients who can hold the plank for 3 minutes, which is possible, you can then progress them onto banana hold. So it takes a little less out the shoulders, it's going to put more in the core. Some people may want to start on banana hold anyway, just by preference, even if they can't hold the plank. Banana, you're going to crunch up, that's your first position, crunch up. Keep that lower back into the ground. You shouldn't be able to get your hand underneath the lower back there. There's no arch, okay? Activate your TVA. Squeeze that belly in as tight as you can. Arms come out. That's an easier option. Half banana. Progression 1. Progression 2. 1 foot comes up. Hold it there. Progression 3. 2 feet come up. Hold it there. Crunch up. Arms are spread. Progression 4, hollow body. Arms and legs come back. Squeeze that belly in. When you're doing hollow body, keep the back nice and straight. Drive that belly in as tight as you can. And that is the hardest progression for a reason. It's because your limbs are maxed out, putting more emphasis on the core muscles there. So there we have it, guys. That is the Fusion 30 test. Good luck with it, and let me know how you get on with it.